All right, now that we're up and tweeted, everybody, welcome back to the WDB podcast, aka the We the Boys podcast. Sal Mancini, joined by the wonderful Logan. Logan, how's it going?
Good day, good day. Doing pretty good. This is the first ever stream on the big rig.
The new PC, baby,
So-
the new PC.
Yeah, it's in. So
That's fire.
yeah, I'm pretty happy to be here.
So, today's podcast, give a little
Oh boy.
touchy topic, I guess. We're talking about the U.S. and how much it sucks.
Yeah, because it fucking does.
It really does, and to those who think that it doesn't, no, it really does. But yeah, these fucking ads, man, you gotta sub to me for 12 months straight for that. But anywho,
Doesn't he sub for like 24 months?
yeah, he is. I appreciate 21. But yeah. So basically, we're gonna be talking about ways that America kind of screws us or has screwed us, stuff like that. But before going into it, I do want to bring up, aside from We the Boys podcast, as you see the Heroics flag behind me, the Heroics jersey behind me, I still am the owner of Heroics. So now I'm gonna take this time to plug and make sure you guys head on over to Logan is very loud.
Am I?
Doesn't sound loud for me. I could turn you down.
Oops.
All right.
Shit, yeah, I am low.
Let me see. Let me turn you down. Talk now.
I hate my life.
All right. I think I found the sweet spot. Go ahead. I turned you down on my end, so just talk.
Dude, it's still like ridiculous.
No, you're good on my end now. We're back. We're better now. I'm turning you down. That's why I'm having you talk, so I can keep testing it in my ear. All right, so we have some technical difficulties. You would think that this would happen in episode 1 and 2 and not, episode 5, but hey.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out as we go. So.
But while Logan's fixing that, it sounds decent on my end now. But
Yeah, let me know.
make sure you guys head on over to Shocked Energy. Use code Heroics. Right now they've got a watermelon and green apple. There are more flavors to come, so stay tuned to that. Maybe there's going to be a Heroics flavor in the future. Who knows? If you use our code, maybe it'll happen. But head on over to them, show them some love, and use code Heroics on any purchase. And to move on from that, we also have Killer Jerky Co., the newest sponsor for Heroics. They are more than just jerky. They also sell candy. And, they sent me a nice little goodie bag of some candies. Right here, I got my candy on deck. I'm kind of a candy fiend when I want to be. So, that gets me ready. And not only do they have candy, as the name suggests, oh boy, do they have jerky. And they've got a whole lot of it. They've got Frag Out, Island Chaos, I'm Cracked, Pre-Gaming, Get Nuked, Chili Vibes. They've got Original, No Prestige. They've got it all. Everything that you could possibly have. They've got it. So make sure you guys go on over to Killer Jerky Co. on Twitter. Use code Heroics on all purchases. And, show us some love. Show them some love. Get yourself some nice, good quality beef jerky. Get yourself some nice, good quality candy. I mean, who doesn't want candy? Shit. But with that being said, enough of the Heroics plugs. It is time to get on into this.
So, there we go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Is it better?
That's beautiful.
Okay, bet. Cool.
So,
all right.
Technical difficulties over with. Plugs are in, and hey, we're moving.
Yeah, so pretty much what had happened, since I was messing with all the fucking software shit, it basically is this thing that, you could change and, adjust the gain and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was good until it wasn't.
You cranked that shit?
No, I didn't really crank it. I didn't think I was doing a whole lot, but it was just toning down, the highs, lows, and mids, but whatever. Anyways, so yeah. General media, yeah?
General media, get on into it, baby.
All right. So for general media, I went with the idea of, what's the biggest fuck you in government? And my thought was court cases and stupid court decisions.
I respect that. I would say taxes, but I respect that.
Well, taxes, whatever. But these are pretty bad. Okay. So not only does this take place in the U.S., but as well as other countries, but I'm not gonna on other countries. So I'm just gonna show you what happened here. So this was called domestic dispute. A woman, Brenda, rationed her husband to one sex session a week. The husband, David Mason, took her to court and fucking won. Apparently, Brenda's only concern was not getting pregnant for the third time. Afterwards, she took to appeal, and judges decided that no court could rule she was being unreasonable. I don't know how much he won, but I think it said like 150,000 euros. I don't know what that.
150,000 euros. That's close to about $200,000 in US dollar, I believe. I could be wrong, but it should be around that.
I don't know the correct.
I believe it's $200,000.
Something like that. Okay, so I found several of them because these were kind of short. A Glaswegian police officer, Tracy Ormsby, tried to sue for 1.5 million euros as a result of a pineapple-related injury. Bizarrely, the tropical fruit struck her during a protest at a closure of a swimming pool in 2001. Moreover, she claims that she was forced to quit her job as a result of the minor injury. Then she spent 3 years as a mentally scarred recluse. But this is not all. When the court case went to a judge, and the judge heard how Tracy had taken trips around the world. Furthermore, the police claimed that she yelled, "Kerching, I'm in the money." When a doctor diagnosed her with post-traumatic stress disorder, she got another 3,000 euros.
See, that's the thing. Court cases, they could kind of just roll in dough for no reason. Like, I would say from firsthand experience, I was in an accident, not the most recent accident. The recent accident was pretty bad, but that was not my fault. One accident, I was in the rain. I literally tapped the guy. There was no damage to either car. Neither vehicle had any damage on it. Literally nothing. No paint scratches. No, I don't even know if I really hit him. But basically, the cops got there and, settled everything out, whatever. It was my fault. But neither one of us took any damage, so I didn't think it was going to go any further than that. Next thing I know, this guy tried to sue me for medical bills, saying that he was seriously injured, had neck and back injuries, and the motherfucker almost won for lots of fucking money.
Really? How old were you at the time?
I was 17.
That's probably why he took you to court. I fucking hate ass. They all deserve.
And then he got had bad.
Yeah, then he got scammed for his fucking life.
There was no damage to the car. I thought, like, me being 17, I was like, this is going to be done. Yeah, you can't scam the scammer. I'm the greatest scammer in the world.
Yeah, except for today. But we won't do that.
I scammed overtime, though. So I still scammed.
Okay. So the next one that I have took place in 2012. And the court case was titled "Husband Sues Wife Over Ugly Baby." And the result was the plaintiff won. Boy meets a pretty girl. Boy marries the girl. They have kids. One similar tale did not have such a happy ending, however. Jiang Feng from China saw his newborn daughter, who he said was incredibly ugly and did not look like either parent. He accused his wife of cheating on him. At that point, she admitted she had had several plastic surgeries before they had met. He sued on the grounds of false pretenses, claiming that she misled him by hiding her cosmetic history. He won the case, and his wife was made to pay him more than $120,000. Scammer, get fucking scammed.
I'm sorry. He made the bag.
Yeah, he caught a bag for that.
Here's the thing with court cases, though. What you're really making, like, say he makes $120,000. Was his lawyer good and different things like that? Variables go into that of what he's losing, because he might have won $120,000, but he might have only made like 60,000 of it. Yeah, 20.
There's another one that I saw that took like 6 years to get settled, and the only person that really won was the attorneys, which had each accumulated $520,000 a piece in the span of the trial. Like it was some crazy shit. I don't remember what it was about.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay. So in other news, outside of the general media topic, as we said in the beginning of the podcast, I've acquired a PC and it's quite sexy. If you haven't seen the full setup yet, make sure you follow us on Twitter to see said picture and other such things such as updates, streams, lives, clips, and clips from stream. That was a nice little social plug there. It's Twitter. It's at its logs ITZLOGZZZ, and it's Mancini XO.
I've never seen someone butcher a socials plug. Let me show you how it's done.
Fuck you.
So if you want to go follow us on the Bluebird app, it's a great app, 13 plus on the app though. Make sure you're not below 13 or they will ban your account. And you can find everything on there, whether it's clips, thoughts, personal, just anything, deep down secrets, mental health statements, whatever it is. You can see when I tweet my stream, when he tweets his stream, anything good like that. And it's at ManciniXO on the I fucked it up too, man. I was on a cruise. And it's at It's Logs on Twitter, ITZLOGZZZ. And you can also follow on Twitch, where we are streaming currently, but we also have our own channels. I mean, we're on mine right now, but he has his own too, twitch.tv/Logs, LOGZZZ. You can find anything on there.
Give me a break, Devin. I don't want to hear it. All right. Also, be on the lookout for streams coming from both Sal and I, because we are full swing inside of fucking Passion's urethra right now, and I am acquiring the will to keep going.
Vanguard beta out as well.
Oh yeah,
I'm back.
We're back. So yeah, be on the lookout. As Sal said, it's MXNCNI on Twitch and LOGZZZ on Twitch. Quick reminder to those who haven't watched the last episode of the podcast, we are now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, so make sure you look us up at WDBCast to keep listening on your favorite sexy sounding men. Even when you miss the live episodes, the live one is on Thursday weekly, and all other platforms, including YouTube, on the weekends, so follow us there and stay updated even when you can't make a live episode, or to make the listening pleasure. I am fucking great. All right, that ends it for my general media.
All right, and I feel like we should go right on into this. So basically,
we're
gonna talk about the government. Everybody has their views on the government. It is what it is. We're not really gonna give. I don't know if we're really gonna give our own views per se, but we're gonna talk about why the government kind of fucks us. Different things like corruption, taxes, different things like that, pretty much. And this podcast idea actually came from after the last podcast. We sat and we just bullshitted for 30 minutes, laughing our asses off.
Oh no, it was like an hour, dude.
An hour of bullshitting and laughing our ass off, and we came up with this idea somehow, some way, over some stupid conversation that we went down the rabbit hole. But hey, here we are.
Here we are. Love me, love God.
Now, would you like me to start this off?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I will say, trying to find different ways about how the U.S. is shit is really hard to find when a lot of the U.S. sources don't want to put that out there.
Especially since all the when people say the U.S. is shit, they kind of relate it to things that me and him are not willing to get canceled for.
Yep.
So, yeah, I kind of figured this would be difficult.
But I did kind of find a couple things with sources. And that was one thing, was like corruption. I was looking up corruption because obviously every government is corrupt, whether you want to believe it or not. Not only is it government, any higher up power usually has a little bit of corruption in it. It's how it works. Sadly, it's how it works. But the U.S. is not a highly corrupt country compared to others, shockingly. It was actually, in 2016, it was ranked 18th least corrupt. But it's tremendously grown in corruption and jumped from 18 to 25th. And that may not sound like a lot, because there's a lot of countries. I believe there's 180 countries on the list. But jumping up from 16th to 25th, when you actually look at the numbers, it's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
We're pretty corrupt. And this is a 4-year span
corrupt.
of corruption. And it's
we are
probably
absolutely
getting worse
getting
as we
boned
speak.
by the long dong of justice.
Yeah. The reason why we basically talked about this, and a heavy topic of this is going to be taxes. That's kind of where it came from. You look at your check, you're like, damn, I worked my ass off this week, got a lot of overtime. This check's about to be crazy. And then you go look and you're like, damn, they took out $1,000 and I made 20? That's what looking at my check looks like a lot of the time.
Every fucking time, dude. I looked at mine today and I was like, they took out almost $200 in taxes.
Yeah, I'm afraid to look at tomorrow's. Very
I got
afraid.
fucking had.
Because the last one, I think, what did I say? They took out like $300 out of my paycheck.
Yeah,
It's
especially because when you
ridiculous.
reach overtime, bro, you'd be busting your fucking balls working an extra 10 hours. Yeah, say goodbye to that fucking money.
Yeah,
you
actually,
made $3 an hour extra.
It just hit me because they switched my shift to 12-hour shifts Monday through Friday. So everything's about to be longer. I was in my head like, the money? Yeah, I was like down. Still going to make, more money. But like, dude, the taxes that they take out it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
It's insane.
And that's kind of where this whole, topic came from, because what they're taking out in taxes is...
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, the fact that they take out a shit ton of money in taxes, but then use it on the stupidest shit. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I think our military is important. I come from a military family. I I think that it's great, but I don't think we need to give the Navy a 750th military aircraft carrier. And while
Yeah.
simultaneously, the Coast Guard is still not guaranteed their paychecks during a government shutdown.
Yeah.
And we get the hand-me-downs from the Navy that they've used for 10 years. So I think our money is not going where it should be. Just saying.
Basically, the problem with the taxes, and you'll have people make the argument that where our taxes are going is beneficial because it goes to fixing our streets and our police stations and our schools. Here's the thing. Yeah, those are all good things to go to because whichever way keeps us safe, keeps us whatever, cool. But it's not evenly distributed. Now, I don't even know if I could say this out loud, but I'm going to say it. My own town, our school system is dog shit.
Same.
Anybody who's grown up here, anybody that knows me personally, IRL, knows that our school system is dog shit. I transferred out of the school system to go to another one, which was also another dog shit education, but it was better than here, and it was a trade school. So that's speaking lots. And I could see if we didn't make the money in taxes or anything like that to be able to, up the school system. I could understand that. But our school system sucks, and our police station had, I think, 18 brand new cruisers in 2018. We don't even have 18 officers.
Yeah, the education system is always severely underfunded, and I think that teachers should also be paid more.
I agree.
On a regular basis, considering that they're the foundation of our futures.
Exactly.
I think that for instance, I think, all right, so the state that I used to come from ranked 49th out of 50th in education, but they had the most beautiful roads, and they spent a shit ton of money developing the historical district and keeping it maintained, which is great.
But where's the money distribution? There's no even distribution there.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is.
Yeah, it's a fucking scam. You're paying these taxes, and you're paying obviously your taxes go towards paying military pay, and other such things. Your federal government is.
I actually have
getting
a list if you'd like
ton of
those.
your money. Oh, really?
They go
Let's hear 'em.
They go to the interest of government debt. So 8% of our taxes go to our debt from our government.
Yeah,
which
the $17 trillion fucking dollars that
they
we're
collect $3.5 trillion a year from our debt. Or from our taxes. 3.5 trillion with a T, trillion. Okay. Now, if we're in a $17 trillion debt, right? And we don't put ourselves in more and more debt, this is where I'm confused. Is if you're taking $3.5 trillion from the people in taxes every single year, 6 years, you're over 17 trillion. You're at $18 trillion.
Yeah.
So where is the money going, and why is money just being thrown out? We are in so much debt, but you're collecting $3.5 trillion from taxpayers.
No, it's even worse than that too. It's so much worse than you think, because our debt technically doesn't even exist.
Yeah.
Our debt does not exist. We do not have debt. Our debt would be founded on the fact that we have a lack of gold and we owe a lot of people money, except we do a shit ton of crazy things. Okay, so for instance, we spend however much money to fund NAFTA and what's the other one? It's NAFTA and such as that, and then two.
Couldn't tell you.
Fuck. NATO.
Oh yeah.
We dump a whole bunch of money there, and that helps other countries around us. We help the UN. We bail everybody out of fucking everything. Then we just throw our money out willy nilly. So in our economic system, our money is based off of how much we believe we have, or how much we believe we're worth. It's like a belief system.
Yeah.
So our government, our debt, it does not exist at all. It is literally just to steal your money, just a big old fuck you.
Pretty much.
And we just spend it on stupid shit.
That's just 8% of our taxes. 8% of our taxes. 8% relates to $3.5 trillion. But
yeah.
Then there's mandatory spending, which is the bulk of it. It's 61% of it. And that goes to, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, veteran benefits, things like that.
Yeah.
But
I also think that okay. It's going to be a little touchy for some people. I don't think we should be paying as much as we are for Social Security. Especially when Social Security is supposedly, allegedly, is going to be ending soon.
Yeah, I agree.
For people who don't even work.
It's going to be definitely a touchy subject. We could look at, when we were in lockdown. Some people don't take this the wrong way. And if you do, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm usually not a nice guy. But we went through a year of people not working. There are businesses that cannot operate because I was at work and I went to a Dunkin' Donuts to get a coffee for my shift. I got there and they were closed because they do not have the staff. They had just enough staff to keep a whole shift going, just one shift. You're going to keep that same shift there every single day? You're draining certain people for minimum wage. That's going to make people not want to do that shit anymore. And you got people at home who are making more money, which I understand, but if people are making more money at home, there should be cons to it as well. Like, that's a problem. Like, what's being dished out for people to stay home, they put out because we were in the middle of a crisis that people will not be getting, they won't have to pay it back.
And if we're going to have so much fucking debt in the US, why don't we put it toward, okay, so for instance, we should not be paying, I do not think we should be paying for the military or for old people's benefits. I don't think that, what's funny? Your stimulus checks that everybody was fucking getting probably came from your own paycheck.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
I never even got one.
I didn't get one either. But your stimulus checks probably were your paycheck at that point. Like, it came out of your taxes.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pay it back with interest.
So, see, your own taxes that they already took from you, they're taxing your taxes with interest.
So, just to say fuck you.
Pretty much.
I fucking hate our government so much.
And that's 61%. That's the big bulk. Almost 2/3 of where our taxes are going.
Do you know if that accounts for our political figure's salary? I'm willing to bet it probably does, but
they didn't say that on here, but unless it's in the next category, but I doubt it. Because the next category, well, it might be the next category. Discretionary spending, which is spent on programs that Congress must regularly review and set aside for a specific purpose. So basically, Congress gets to decide where the money's going in this 31%, and that's between defense/military, education, transportation, and health. And that's where I was going back to the whole the even distribution. We don't have that because Congress gets to choose what's getting what.
And half of these fucking people that are in Congress or in your local governments have been running or have been in office since the fucking dawn of time.
Yes.
So, not only are they deciding that, they're also saying, I've been here so long, I know where I'm going to put it. They have enough trust in the people to put it wherever they want. And so they do it for their own political gain, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So that's why we're always in a fucking government lockdown. It's because our fucking Congress and the president and whoever, like the different houses, can never agree. And so now your money's in a stalemate. So the money's not even being used.
Your money's getting taken from you and sitting there.
Yep. Until like they decide like 6 weeks later that they're going to use it for something else.
Yeah.
That doesn't even relate. They're going to pass a law and then they're going to put a whole bunch of like subtext in it too. To like put $750 billion into like private airplane investment or some bullshit like that.
Now, I will say
we can talk about this all day.
I will say this because I should have probably prefaced this. Me and Logan are nowhere near qualified to speak on this, and for you to sit here and believe whatever we say. Please take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Everybody has their own opinion to everything. We just kind of did research and are going off that pretty much. There's
our own political belief.
Yeah,
but not too intensely.
Yeah, we're not gonna sit here and tell you that this is better than that and causes a fucking drama. But we are just kind of talking about what we think with the current small topics that we have, which are not really small, but like taxes. I think taxes are bullshit because
I don't think I should be taxed twice. Twice, by the way. I figured out it was you get taxed 2 times when you die.
Imagine getting shit on and all your money's just gone to taxes.
Yeah. You remember that fucking will you left for your 6 kids of like $250,000? They get 20 grand.
Here's $3.
Dude. Also, don't think if you're gonna win the fucking lottery and you're gonna put however much money it's worth, I don't think you should be able to fucking take it. It should not be the government should not tax that. And if you do,
I think
they should calculate it and put that total on the fucking screen.
Yes, because if you sit there and you say, "Wow, I'm gonna win," what was it? Somebody in California won the lottery, and it was like $1 million or something like that, and they only got like I shouldn't say only because it's still a great sum of money. It's a large sum of money, but When you advertise 1 million, somebody gets like 500,000.
Yeah. Here's another great example. You know those prize pools for like big gaming events that we all fucking love and so much? That big old check that they write for however much money it is? Yeah, taxed, bitch.
Yeah,
Not only that,
didn't Booga, I don't know how to say his name.
Booga.
He got taxed like fucking crazy. What did he win?
Fuck if I remember.
A couple million, wasn't it? I believe it's a couple million. I want to say 3 million, and I believe he only walked away with 1.
Yeah, it was like something ridiculous.
Yeah, he won 3 million. He walked away with 1. What?
Imagine grinding for how many hours for this prize pool?
Like it's
You're
still
like, oh yeah,
like
you're
I
going
said,
in
it's
for
a lot
3
of
million.
money. But
Yeah, but
if
it's
1
not what
million
you
is a
were
lot of
playing
money,
for.
think about the 2 million that are now gone from you. That's a lot of more money. Like that's just ridiculous to me. And I understand that, you know, I really don't understand. But I understand other people's disagreements and saying, "Oh, well, it's going to this, it's good for that." One thing that I did read.
I did the research. According to the like it's a New York Times thing.
Yep.
So Booga won $3 million. New York, the state alone that he won in, took 2.75 million. So he only walked away with 250,000.
Thank you, New York.
200.
Are you serious? He walked away with $250,000
Yeah.
on a $3 million prize pool.
Yeah.
Like, can we just stream, everybody listening, whether you're on? Can we just crunch those numbers? 16 years old.
Where the fuck did the money go?
That's my point. Where the fuck does $2.7 million go?
Sorry, it was 265,000. Was off by 50.
Okay, still, where the fuck's the rest of the money? That's a lot of fucking money gone. And it's funny because they say taxes are part of our social contract. You know, that it binds us to the government. We give the government money, and the government gives us the protection, and they take care of things we use every day, like roads and transportation. Well, that's transportation, but schools, defense, everything like that, right? Sounds so nice, but
does New York actually fucking use it for that, or they just fucking use it to bump up Times Square again?
I don't know. But here's the thing, right? Social contract, Logan, contract. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a contract is something that both parties sign to make an agreement.
Aye.
Did you sign a contract to fucking pay taxes? Because I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
And there's no option for me to opt out. So what social... do you see what I'm saying here? Because they label it as a social contract. Oh, I never signed it.
Welcome to the fucking land
I can't opt out of it.
Land of debt and death of taxes. We're literally getting... Like, poor Booga. At the age of 16, you're right, Devin. He was 16 whenever he won or whatever the fuck. I don't think that constitutes him only getting 265 grand.
I don't think so either.
And like in the time that he had competed like in major events, I think he won like 9 million. But
you probably
in
only
reality,
made like 100,000, $10 maybe, $40.
$10.
You probably put gas in the car. Actually, he couldn't drive it this time, so who knows?
It's not only that too. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that
before you continue,
if your full-time job is on Twitch,
yes,
you should be taxed. But I feel like low key they be taxing a little too much.
Well,
especially
you know,
when this is their livelihood.
If somebody subs to me, and subbing is what? I don't even remember. 529, 539, something like that, roughly. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure we only make, so say a sub is 529, we'll just go with that number.
I think we make like $2.
Yeah, we make 2 something. So more than half of it's
maybe
gone.
And I think as an affiliate, they take like 40% of your Twitch takes 40%, and then the rest goes to sales tax.
Yeah,
and that's another thing that I feel
we
like
get
sales
taxed
tax
on
is
paying for
necessary.
the sub too. The person who buys gets taxed. The person who gets it gets taxed.
Do you know why they have sales tax?
No, why?
So that companies can. So whenever you use a credit card on things,
yep,
it actually costs a fee for the company to use a credit card. Like if a customer uses a credit card, they have to pay a
Really?
fee. Yeah. Except the product that they're selling, they got at like company rate.
So it's
So let's
already cheaper.
So let's think about it this way. Beats headphones, I think cost like $14 to make in total materials.
Hold on.
Best Buy selling it at like what, 300, 200?
I'll tell you right
They
now.
probably got it for 65.
Yeah.
They probably
$200 for the noise canceling wireless headphones.
They probably got it for 65 a pop.
They made $140.
On top of your sales tax.
Yeah.
To cover their charges.
So they made $200 because they're covering their.
Yep.
Yeah. See, that's why I like clothing. For example, clothing is very expensive. I mean, obviously I'm gonna sneak this out there. Heroics merch is being worked on. Logan knows this because I told him when I got the numbers that they sent me, it was way less than what I thought it was gonna be.
Love God for that.
And I couldn't wrap my head around why, and then I realized why. A lot of these companies, I wasn't even buying in bulk. That's the thing. If I bought more, it would have been even cheaper. So a lot of these companies that are buying in bulk, say a hoodie. Rich and Lonely, for example, sells their hoodies for what, $75? Devin, you're in the stream. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's $75 without tax. I think I'm right. Maybe $85. But now we say $75, $85. They probably spent, buying in bulk, they probably spent $30 on each hoodie. So that's
when you're just paying for brand.
You're paying for brand, one, because I know that. I know personally that I can't go take the Heroics merch that I'm making and sell it for fucking $85.
Yeah, because I got it from like that, whatever that low brand stuff is.
And I'm, well, yeah, the Gildan from Sector 6, yeah. But even that's bullshit because, I'm not going to throw shade on Sector 6 because they do a great job. Okay, don't take this out of context. But now that I'm looking into things myself and making the own custom design, everything is done through me. Now, I've never done this before. I've gone through another company every other time. Obviously, I still am, but like more of this is through me. I'm picking brands, everything like that. Those Gildan stuff on there, they were going for $12 for the hoodie, $13 for the hoodie, I think $7 for the t-shirt.
Yeah, they just upcharge the dick out of it.
$45 on Sector 6. Now, Sector 6, you guys do a great job, don't get me wrong, and I'm not going to, you guys are doing great. I love the hoodies. Listen, I love the shirt. I wear it a lot. So
yeah, because it makes them look sexy.
But
after
looking through things myself, just realizing prices right there, and that's just, it's ridiculous that those taxes and how much the upcharge actually is. That's why companies that sell like 100 Thieves, they make a lot of money because of their merch sales, and because they're paying so little and making so much. Like if they sell out, if Rich and Lonely sells out, dude, I bet you they made. I don't even know. I wouldn't even know what to fucking assume. Say they made like 100
profit.
Yeah,
a ridiculous amount.
They make a ridiculous amount, but I don't even know how to like crunch those numbers. They're probably making like $50 on a hoodie, $60 on a hoodie, and say you make like $2,000. So what is that? $12,000 right there in profit. Yeah, $12,000.
Here's another good example because this is really big right now. Graphics cards. So I was looking it up. Oh, you're not ready for this. Okay, so I was doing research a little bit ago, and my graphics card is made by MSI.
Yep.
Apparently, MSI is up into some shady shit. So, any 30 series graphics card, they had a shit ton stocked up in storage.
Yep.
That they had been withholding. The RTX NVIDIA 3090 graphics card, like as a graphics card, is at an MSRP of like 700, I think. They were selling it for 1,300.
Who is?
MSI. They're 3090.
Yeah, it's crazy. Have you looked at them on StockX?
Oh, I'm sure they're like 4,000. But they put it up into the scalper pricing to see if anybody would pay for it. Not only that, they had several hundred, and on fucking top of that, the MSI as a company had like a big shipping container. Apparently, somebody snuck in and stole billions in graphics cards that they have been hoarding.
They deserved it.
Companies suck. So does the government.
3090 on
3090.
StockX is going for $3,000 right now.
What is it going on for like?
Yeah, one's going for $29.48. One's going for $2,600. The Founders Edition. One's going for $2,625. $2,900. $2,800. Roughly, the cheapest one that I'm seeing on here so far has been $2,600.
Dude,
flat.
you can buy a whole fucking PC
with it already in there.
3090 in it.
Yep, for the same price.
For the same price as
For cheaper.
Oh, slightly cheaper. Sorry, slightly.
Just that's insane to me.
The cheapest one I've seen is from Zotac, and Zotac's a shitty company. Don't ever.
Yeah.
But our Zotac is selling theirs for right at 3K.
3K. Yeah, so StockX 2,600 is the cheapest one, and that's the thing is, well, at least like StockX, you're gonna get your product because it goes in, they verify it, make sure everything's good.
Yeah, this is fucking Newegg. My graphics card, I think, is at.
How much did you pay for your PC? Let's go off that.
2,500.
What do you have in there? What is your graphics card?
3060 Ti from MSI.
3060 Ti.
Here it is, right here. $1,071.
On StockX?
Newegg.
Okay, so see, StockX is actually cheaper than Newegg. Oh, well, not really. How much is it? How much did you say?
$1,071.98.
$1,071.98. $1,071.98.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, StockX is selling for about $1,300.
You can buy a 1050 Ti 4 gig for $360.
See, but then there's some on StockX that are like 750, 805, 765, but the MSRP is $399
For the 3060?
the 3060 Ti. The MSRP is
Yeah, the
$399.
3090 is only supposed to be $700 because it's brand new. That's high.
Yeah, that's really high.
That's fucking ridiculous. And we can't even fucking get them. Because the government's not doing anything about scalpers. They're not trying. And I get it, it's supposed to be a legal thing, which is whatever, fucking cool. But I don't think you should be allowed to price gouge the shit out of these items.
It's getting ridiculous. I'm gonna say this as somebody who's gamed his whole life. I know we're getting a little off topic, but we're not really because we're talking about
It's still
inflation
related to
of
government.
yeah. I was talking about inflation, which big issue. But yeah, basically somebody who's grown up on gaming, it's been a hobby, then turned into more than a hobby, I guess I should say. I should not break my bank to get a PC that can keep up with somebody else, especially competing in COD. I run a 1660 Ti.
I guaranteed you if I played Call of Duty right now, I'd still get hork slammed, even if I was
I'm gonna say right now, I play with a 1660 Ti, Ryzen 7 3700X, and still gonna ego chow you the same way, and I'm probably gonna win the gunfight. So I'm gonna keep it at that. But they advertise things as, oh well, you have to have the best PC to compete in this and that, and I mean, yeah, it'll probably make you better, 100%, and better internet. That's the thing is, everything in life is pay to win. Nothing in life is free. Everything is pay to win.
Oh, it's true.
You can have all the talent in the world if you don't, have the necessary means to pay. Like if you're an athlete, if you can't pay to go to a camp, you're not gonna get found. You might get found through high school. Why is college so
expensive?
Oh, that's a fucking. Here's my thing.
Why is medical care so expensive? Look, I don't disagree with the fact that we should be paying for medical care, but I don't think it should be fucking $450 for a fucking Band-Aid. And it's not even a cool one. It's not even like a fucking Marvel Avengers one.
Right? Like there's it doesn't glow in the dark, nothing.
No.
Plain ass Band-Aid.
But it's not even Band-Aid. It's like the Band-Aid itself is not by the company Band-Aid. You get the off-brand fucking Equate shit. Like what? They charge you for when you walk in the door in an emergency room.
What do you mean?
And when you walk out, they charge you for walking in the door and walking out.
I've only been in the emergency room once, so I wouldn't know.
Well, that's just typical medical care.
That's kind of fucked.
Going
into
the
surgery? Emergency room once because of a concussion. I walked the fuck back out.
You got taxed for that. You know how much it is to take an ambulance?
Dude, I got forced.
I got forced to it too. You know how much mine cost?
How much?
This might be TMI. $3,000. Thank God for medical insurance. That's all I got. Except you pay out the ass for that too.
Yeah, 100%.
This whole world is a scam. We're all gonna be poor.
And then everybody in this world, like, people make their money off of just scamming people. I
The
had a guy
American
call me the
dream,
other
my
day.
fucking ass.
Oh, the American
Oh, I
dream is
got-
bullshit. I guess it could be, or it is better than some other places, but like, the American
I
dream
guess.
is.
Like compared to what? Are we talking about fucking Cuba?
That's the thing. It depends on what you compare
anywhere
it to.
in Africa?
Yeah, it depends on where you compare it to. But I don't know.
All I'm saying is Siberia is looking real cool right now.
This country sucks.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. All around. Like you said, the college thing. And I
Oh,
feel like
don't
we
make
should,
any
if we're gonna keep this title as America Sucks, we're gonna talk about how America sucks. We're not gonna fucking keep talking about Texas. We could go into the college thing, because here's the thing. I don't know about everybody else, but me growing up, like in high school, they pushed college down my throat.
Straight up.
Like,
Fucking-
it was, if you didn't go to college, you were looked down upon. They throw it down your throat. You have to do this. Make sure you get this ready for college. I mean, I went to college. I dropped out. And out of kids
Oh,
of
I
my
did
age,
too.
I work a much better job than majority of them.
So scam pussy.
That's the thing, is I never paid that out of college. And I'm going to go back to school, but not college. I'm going to go to trade school. See, that's things that they don't ever tell you. Oh, why don't you go to trade school?
Well,
It's
they
college.
started recently pushing.
Which they should, because, I mean, trade workers. I'm not going to.
Actually, they don't. Not the government. Not any
That's-
like major embassy or anything like that.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
it's people who work in trades that tell you to go to trade school.
Yeah.
Because you can just make fucking millies doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now. My dad's worked in utility and trade his whole life. I looked at that and was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I want to go to school, work an office job, sit in the fucking AC, nice, live my life the way I live, nice. Shout out to Devin for that. But here's the thing. I went to school. I crunched numbers. What I would have paid in debt versus what I would have made a year versus what I can make now and what I'm going to pay for a trade school. Fucking whole different ballgame. And the thing with
Any
trade
major
school is your work
university
ethic
is over
changes.
$30,000.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, you can go to a community college, which is what I did. And that's the thing too, is like, in high school, I remember I told one of my teachers I was going to community college, and he was like, "Why? Why you got to go to community college? You can't. You won't make it in a college, dude." I got the same education as a university in Connecticut. The same everything
Yeah, but
transferred
Connecticut's
over.
also really choppy too because state government sucks balls too.
Yeah.
You guys have to pay for like the dumbest shit.
We have to pay for everything.
Literally everything. You take a
can't
walk
get-
outside.
You can't get a trailer.
5%
You
tax.
have to get. They bang you on taxes on trailers, everything. You can't have a snowmobile. You have to. So everything's in Maine for me. I live there. Totally just said that on the podcast, but it's fine. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing, is like the state I live in is kind of fucked. Like, I mean, between New York and Connecticut, it's just
Yeah, we have
shit
Florida,
show.
man. You have death and taxes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anybody who lives in the state or from New York, I mean, you understand how bad the taxes are. New York, you guys have it way worse. Way worse.
All because you guys have a fucking glowing city.
Yeah.
With no trees. No trees. Central
it's-
Park is a square. It's not
it's-
even authentic.
It's a concrete jungle. You like
Shout
that?
out to episode 3.
Yeah, you like that? You like that? But no, it's just kind of insane to me. Like, taxes. It's crazy to me that taxes change everywhere. Like, I don't know. Trying to understand that, like, minimum wage in Texas is like $7.50 or $7.25. Minimum wage in Connecticut is $13 right now. But obviously
Well,
taxes.
that's because the cost of living is way higher. I
yeah,
think,
taxes and everything, cost of living.
I think
but-
Hawaii is like $20.
Yeah, but it's cost of living is way higher.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it all evens out in the end. But like, say you're from New York, all right, and this is a good example because this is what's happening in the past year with COVID. A lot of people moved out of New York to Connecticut. All the properties in Connecticut that were rich properties I shouldn't be putting air quotes. Why am I putting air quotes? They're $500,000 fucking houses. They're expensive houses. People from New York are coming over here, and say you're from Connecticut, you got a lot of money. You want to put down, for a $500,000 house. They'll come over there and offer them $600,000 without blinking a fucking eye because the cost of living is so much less than in New York. Because $400,000 gets you a little studio apartment in New York.
Yeah, when we went to New York, we stayed in this little like 2-story, like super skinny house. Like it wasn't anywhere more than like 1,900 square feet. That was like a $2.4 million house. We looked it up on like Zillow.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Listen, the house that me, Devin, Cheque...
And it was in the ghetto. It was in the ghetto. We could have died. That's a whole other... Oh my God.
That house we stayed in Texas was a massive fucking house. Sure the people who saw my social media saw that. I mean, it was a pretty big house.
Crazy. Yeah, it was a big house.
We looked it up. It's $500,000. If that house was in Connecticut, it'd be over... Nah, it wouldn't be. I wouldn't say 6, but it'd be a rough estimate, probably $2 million. Because roughly my house, maybe a little bit bigger, would be $500,000 in Connecticut. It's not even close to the size of what we stayed in.
And yeah, and it's like it's not even just like that. It's schools cost so much more wherever you live too. Well, depending on the state that you're in. Depending on the taxes or whatever, but like the general thing is, you will not pay under $30,000 a year, huh?
Out of state to go to college, more money.
Oh, don't even think about it.
Oh, you wanted to go to the next state over to go to college? Oh, it's only a 45-minute drive, but we're gonna add $7,000 each year.
Not even
each class.
15, and it's not even counting for room and board, bitch.
I know. Then you got to pay for room and board
and textbooks.
Listen, college is. I'm not gonna say college is a scam. I'm not gonna say that.
It's a scam.
I'm not gonna say that. This is why. Because some people do make their money in college. They go do their thing. They want to do that. Cool. Like if that's for you, it's for you.
Except the thing that they want to do doesn't pay fucking $300,000 a year to pay off the debt.
That's the thing is like you go to college, you're gonna be in debt no matter what.
Yeah, the amount of money that you accrue from taxes from student debt is astronomical because it's essentially the same thing as like cash loans. Cash loans, they tax the shit out of you within.
Yep.
I don't want to go to school, pay up front for all 4 years, and then be in $650,000 in debt for a career path that I might not even like.
That's a huge thing too. It's you spend so much money. Like, for example, my sister was going to be a dental hygienist. She left that. She wanted to go to psychologist. She went to school for that for 2 years, and then she dropped out of that, and she ended up going for histotechnology. She changed her career path 3 different times. Now, she put all those years into school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Luckily, I mean, I guess not luckily, because if she made the decision sooner, she would have saved money. But at least she didn't go 4 years and one like degree, got the job, didn't want it, went for another 4 years, got a job, didn't want it, went for another 4. She at least went like 2, 1, and then 4. But still, it's like that right there is 7 years of college. It's a lot of. I think
money. There is this. Have you ever seen the show The Patriot Act?
The Patriot Act. I have not. No.
It's by this Islamic/Hindu dude. Like it's like a dual religion thing. It's like his whole gimmick. He went to a U.S. like Congress meeting. Like he got invited to go because his show was really popular at the time. And he was telling the people there that when they were going to college, they were paying almost $25,000 less a year, around like as an average. There is no way that the inflation increased that much to a point to where they needed to up it to like by $30,000. They were paying around $7,500 a year for their.
Well, what's crazy to me is like, if you look at college prices, like, because when I was a freshman and I was looking at college, I thought that I had my path all planned out from freshman year, so I was already looking at colleges. Obviously, people who know me, I'm a big Oregon fan. I was trying to go to Oregon, except the fact that it was $60,000 if you lived in the state, and if you were out of state, it was $80,000 a year.
Yeah, fuck Phil or what was it, Phil Knight? Fuck Phil Knight.
So it's like that's a lot of fucking money. Now that was my freshman year. I think when I looked at it again my senior year, I think it was up to almost $100,000 out of state.
Let's take a gander.
I'm gonna look at schools in my area right now.
Oregon State, out of state tuition.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's gonna be up front, but it looks like Oregon went down.
Really? What is it?
Went 40K out of.
Okay, so it went down because it was really fucking expensive when I was looking at it. Like,
And it's 13 grand. And
see, but that. What did I look at? I was on some like school shit. There's no way that price does not make sense because the schools here right now are saying they're cheaper, but when you actually like go to, because if you look
because
online,
you got to think in-state tuition and out-of-state tuition do not account for a lot of things. They just take money from you elsewhere, so you end up paying like 60 grand a year.
Well, that's the thing. I think whatever I was looking at,
you got to think you're paying per class too.
Yeah. Well, what I was gonna say is because when I was gonna go to Central, CCSU, it's a college in Connecticut. I think, let me see if I can look it up right now. What the tuition is. So in state, it's $11,000 a year. When I was actually going, I think it was. Well, when I was going there, like I went on the what's it called? I don't even fucking know. What's that shit called? When you go, you tour the school, whatever it is.
School tours?
Yeah, sure, school tours. There was something else like that. Orientation? That's the word.
Oh.
When I went there and I was like talking to different people and like friends that go there, I'm pretty sure they're paying way more than that. But if you look it up, it says 11,000. I genuinely think it's bullshit. How are you gonna tell me it's
itself
this?
Is bullshit.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be a streamer for the rest of my life.
Fuck it, let's do it.
I'm gonna stream once a week and I'm gonna make a career out of this.
I'm gonna stream 14 times a week. Kidding.
Wait, let me do that. That's twice a day, dude. You got a lot of passion if you're doing that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could kill myself like that. I don't know what our stream schedule is gonna be anyway. But long story short, America sucks.
America really does suck. It really does.
It really does. I know that I was keeping track of our time. I know we're still gonna try to put. So
we're about at 52 minutes.
Huh?
52 minutes.
Yeah. So I want to use this last bit of time to transition to a question.
Question. All right, dude. What is this question? Because you brought it up earlier, and I'm a little nervous.
Where was all of this passion?
All right, that's a simple question because I genuinely feel like I could have answered this before. Where was this passion? Let's see. What did I do last year? I went from competing in Call of Duty every single day to streaming every single day. For those of you that were there, oh, I dropped my phone. For those of you that were there, I streamed every single day. Did I not? Yes or no? Every single day.
Yeah.
At about noon every day for like good couple hours. I was on a fucking grind. I was on a tear. I had the passion the whole time. But let's look at this. And I wish I could like pull up a graph in my hands right now, but I'm gonna, because I'm Italian, I talk with my hands. Say this is, my passion towards COD. Right? If the passion towards COD is here, my passion to streaming is like here. Right? And then occasionally, because we were playing tournaments and stuff, my passion would be here. But big factor. Internet. Passion for streaming went back down. Now when I transitioned out of, COD to go streaming passion up here. But where does that lead the rest of my passion? To heroics, to doing other things. I had a lot of time in my hands, so I put it towards streaming. But content creation, I made no YouTube videos. Heroics, I was doing nothing with heroics. So my passion up here for streaming was all the way like this. My passion for heroics, not my passion. My time. Passion was always there. My time was down here. That's the problem. There wasn't enough time distribution that I can, maintain everything. And I tried to. Learn how to edit.
Yeah, you
for
fucking
heroics.
burned yourself out, and especially with that whole thing that happened with the Heroics Hub podcast AD after deletion. Since we lost everything, like literally everything, I watched Sal go into a deep state of despair.
It's fine. But here's the thing. That does not bother me. I telling you that does not bother me because I am up for any challenge, whenever. You know that.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Not everybody else was.
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing is trying to, like, a captain goes down with his ship is a saying. Trying to take a ship, I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and like pretend that I fucking grabbed heroics, threw them on my back, and started carrying. I didn't. I straight up didn't. There's no sign of me doing that at all. I 100% didn't. I didn't do my part. I lost a lot of passion.
You did more than you give yourself credit for.
I didn't do enough because I could have did a lot more. I could have.
Bullshit.
I could have.
Couldn't do anything if nobody wanted to do fucking content creation at the time.
The thing is, yes, but I could have did other things. Like I could have, went in another direction to kind of spew up other people's interests. Like if I could have went to another direction and said, people were like, oh shit, that's a good idea. Boom, bring it back. If I just try to keep going through the same routine after everybody's passion for that same routine was gone, which is what I tried to do, then it wasn't gonna work. The thought that something was gonna change after doing the same thing over and over again. That's what the definition of insane. But basically, after that, when I stopped the streaming and I, obviously started working full time, crazy hours, and I gave up gaming, I made it the farewell video. I had said this before.
I lied.
I said this before. I was asked, "What's the future of heroics looking like?" Now,
by the villain.
Now, a lot of people will say, no, it's more than just. I got questioned by that from people inside of heroics too. But it's more than, what meets the eye. Heroics wasn't tweeting anything. I was just retweeting streams. But what I was actually doing in the background, I looked for months to try to find a company that I can do my own custom apparel. And it never clicked in my head that all I really had to do was contact a local business and try to spew things with them. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing now. So it took me trial and error.
I can vouch for that. You were spending months doing that.
Yeah, I trial and error to get me to where I am now, to where things are happening. Not to mention all this passion that was gone in the background. Look at the new sponsors. Look at this box in my hand that's filled with fucking goodies. Okay? Yep. So the passion that I never fucking had, no, it's right here in this box. Filled with beautiful, flavorful beef jerky. Use code heroics.
Honestly, I think the stupid shit is that question was asked when something not related to heroics was posted. This podcast was posted. We were diving full force into it. I think that's a stupid question to ask though. Like, where did all the passion go? It just moved to other things. And it's not like that we weren't doing anything. We just took a break.
Now, here's what I'm gonna say. For those of you that know me, most of the time, I'm not gonna say all the time, most of the time, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Most of the time, I do things with 110% effort. If I'm doing one thing, all my focus is on that. If I'm doing something else, my distribution is not, it's not like, 50% there, 50%. Nah, I try to get 110% because if I give it my all, then that's when things can actually work out. If I start giving half and half to different places, it's never going to fucking work. That's exactly what I was going through with the streaming, gaming, and heroics at the same time. It wasn't going to work. I took away the streaming. I took away the gaming, went to the streaming. I took away the streaming. I started working on things in silence. Now, I said, time will tell. Listen, I said the future was coming. It was there if you wanted to take the ride.
Here we are.
Plain and
the
simple.
Fucking passion train is moving now.
I had a lot of plans that are, I'm not going to reveal yet because they're coming, especially with Vanguard being released. There are plans, and a big part of that was that me working full-time has helped that. During my actual shift, I sit on the phone and make emails more than I think I actually work. I'm in emails and phone calls all day. I'm about to make an hour-and-a-half drive just for this, to check out this merch. Like, come on. I'm trying.
Oh, dude, we're here.
And
I got judged for quitting streaming all the time. I always got made fun of it for it. Nobody fucking even, like, when people ask me about it, I told them the same thing. I just moved my fucking passion to work. I don't have time to do anything anymore. Yeah. And games weren't fun on console anymore. Like, streaming games on console was stupid, especially when I had this fucking puppy in mind. I waited until I got it, and I said I would start streaming again whenever I got it. Here we are.
Oh, expect streams from me and Logan because we've been We might be pirates full time. No bullshit.
Straight up, no bullshit. Have we come up with a boat name yet? I feel like we need a name.
I told you. Wait, remember when I said I would buy a boat and what I would name it?
What'd you name it?
Hero of the Sea.
Hero of the Sea. Hi. So yeah, be on the lookout for streams for that because that's gonna be really fun, especially when we get talented too. We're gonna see the most toxic duo you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, we are pretty toxic. I would like to think we're also funny too, but you know that's one thing, Logan. We gotta just do like a really funny ass podcast because I feel like when we do like serious shit, it's like interesting,
It's hard to make jokes.
but it's hard to make
so hard
jokes.
to make jokes.
Like
I've always been saying that we should just start the podcast like 10 minutes beforehand and then just like start talking shit.
Like we should just shoot the shit. Like sit here and just talk.
Yeah, fucking.
But I think what we should do is we should end the stream and record and just start talking. Like just continue our conversation. Like we did the other day. Because would you guys pay for a Patreon if we put like extras bonus content on there? It wouldn't be expensive. It'd be like, I don't know, $5. What's the cheapest you can make on Patreon? Whatever the cheapest is, we'll make that.
I mean, I think the cheapest you can do is like we'd probably do like $1.
Yeah, all right, we do $1.
Like a low tier, and then we could set it up to where it's like the lowest tier gives you the most shit.
Yeah, we're not gonna make anybody's fucking pockets bleed. We've been through it. We're not gonna sit here and be like, yo, we want money. Everybody wants money,
that would be a
but
cool
we both
concept
work.
to
We're here
pitch
for
into.
content.
Straight up. I think we should look into it at least.
Yeah, no, I'm down. I mean, if people want to see that, my pocket's hurting right now. All right, so then Devin's pockets are hurting, so we won't do the Patreon yet.
Nah, we don't have to fucking support that. I think we always end up just jumping shit. Me and him have big ideas.
We do. I feel like we've been in fucking grind mode. And that's another thing. Before this podcast, and I feel like we should just talk about that for a minute because I want to say, Logan, your passion and grind mode that has been clicking with me has been insane. Feels good.
Love God for the match.
We sat down, probably like an hour, and we got this shit on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Like
2 hours. We took, that's not a lot of time out of our day, but like, we sat down and we're doing it. Like we got aspirations.
The energy is there. The energy.
Oh, 100%.
Completely there, and that's part of the reason why we're able to. When you're able to piggyback off the people you're working with, your passion just goes woo.
Yeah.
Just fucking skyrocket.
And another thing too, like the overlay that we have from day one, that was Logan said, we're gonna do the podcast tonight. I said, all right, I'll do an overlay when I get home. I got home from work. We started the podcast about an hour later. I had this up and going an hour later. Yeah, it's not much. I'm not going to say it's fucking the greatest overlay in the world.
I like it. That fits our theme.
I do. I fuck with it.
Yeah,
green because we're kind of toxic and it's bright and, our personalities are bright, But I do, since we didn't ask Twitter for questions, stream, start just dropping questions. Because Wonder just dropped one and he said, how far do you think a human could bust a nut post-November?
Well, the fastest recorded nut that was ever recorded is 28 miles an hour. That's like fastest you go, which is also the same speed as Usain Bolt's gold medal winning race. Like when he broke the world record.
Logan.
Yeah. Why do I know this?
Do you know that?
I think I saw it on a YouTube video.
Logan.
I don't remember.
How did you stumble upon that on YouTube?
Dude. It's the same reason that like you can start out watching a gaming video and see those two, and then like 2 hours later you end up on a video with the two Indian guys building shit, not saying a word. You could watch that video and then end up learning about the fucking fourth dimension.
I'm very confused right now.
My
that
YouTube
kind of
feed is
just
different.
spun me for
a loop.
Logan watches nut busting videos confirmed.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Absolutely.
Well, actually, I feel like most of us.
Yeah, shut up.
Well, anywho, does anybody have any questions from the stream? Because we didn't. Devin, you always got questions. You got any questions for us today? I know we didn't. We didn't put anything on Twitter.
I need to see Logan's history. You don't.
Logan, that's a good question. Logan, what is your history looking like? Like not. No. Like, say unprivate mode. Like, I know it's probably not there. It's probably cleared. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gone. Say it's gone. But what have you recently looked up in the past? Not like general top. Like I'll go first. If you were to look at my search history right now, you would see some stupid shit. You would see college tuitions. You would see college tuitions. You would probably see different apparel brands because it's obviously what I've been doing is researching those, trying to get into contact with them. You would see a lot of Alfa Romeo. You'd see F1, and you'd probably see sports bets. That's what my search history would look like, and maybe something I'm not going to talk about on stream, but you know is there, so that's a given. That's why I didn't say it.
Hold up.
Oh, Devin, where else can I find the WDB podcast? Well, we already mentioned it on the stream, but now that you asked that, you can go right on over to the Twitter at WDBcast, and inside there is a link tree. When you click on that link tree, it can take you to the Google Podcast, it can take you to the Apple Podcast, and it can take you to the Spotify Podcast. Not to mention, it can take you to the YouTube where you can catch this on YouTube if you want to watch this and you missed the live stream. And if you ever want to just listen to it, sit in the car. When I'm driving to work and I got about an hour and a half ride to work, I'm sitting there listening to me and Logan talk, and sometimes it's a great way to start the day. Other times, it's an amazing way to start the day. It's never a bad way. So just keep that in mind. How does one find the one? So you are asking the wrong guy, because I've never found the one.
You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't ever look. Okay, so my search history. A lot of it is iBuyPower, CyberPower, parts.
Well, that's what I meant. Like a general idea. Like if you were to say like, oh, like PC parts, and if you looked at mine, you'd see a ton of pasta recipes. That sounds like mine, to be honest with you.
I looked up the difference between OBS and Streamlabs OBS.
I don't even know which one I have. Which one's the icon with the black circle and the little fans in it? That's OBS Studios, right?
That's OBS. It's OBS.
OBS, yeah.
I looked up how to change my my fan speed. Fan speeds.
There you go. So a lot of your questions, a lot of your history is more PC related questions. Now that you just got the thing, I would imagine that.
Yeah.
Logan, are you gonna play the beta?
Yeah, probably.
So
I'll try it. No
Call of
promises.
Duty Vanguard beta is out. I have not touched it yet. I'm hearing that it's like MW, and with that being said, I'm back. So if anybody wants a team, let me know. Twitter.com/MXN. Sorry, that's my Twitch. Twitter.com/ManciniXO. Shoot me a DM. Let's. I'm ready to team. I played earlier. It's most definitely my year. Okay, Devin. Well, day one links, please. Thank you. You would also see every way to listen to the WDB podcast in my history. See, Wonder, that's what I like to hear from you. I like this
out of you. I fucking love Wonder, dude.
This is why we love you. And I can't wait for you guys to see our streams where we take Wonder with us to the deep seas. But with all that being said,
it's going to wrap it, yeah?
I feel like we could wrap it. I've listened to all my casts on all platforms. I actually sometimes, just to be that guy, I go watch it on Apple Podcasts and then go watch episode 2 or listen to episode 2 on Spotify and then go back and forth. And then I go back and go from Google Podcasts 1 through 4, which will now be 5. I think what our game plan is right now is we're going to do the live stream on Thursday, and Saturday/Sunday is going to be when it goes up. I'm going to try to keep it consistent. The only problem is like Saturday, I don't want to release it like early Saturday. I'd rather it be like Saturday night going into Sunday. But Saturday night, if I go out, I'll forget type of thing. Like that's why I feel like Sunday's easier. It's my relaxation day. I actually go back to watch and listen to them. I appreciate that. That's Captain Big Dick to you, little boy. Okay. Get that watch time up, you dig?
I do it too. I always listen to it before it's released.
I genuinely think that
I even watch the fucking ads too. Fuck. I have to watch 2 every time I click that shit.
That's why I got my payout. I have to send you half of that, by the way. Good thing that reminded me. But yeah, so that's been it for episode 5. We'll be back with episode 6. This was kind of I know this podcast probably wasn't as
a
straight line and structured as the others.
I had fun though.
I had fun. This was more of like a open. We kind of just talk about whatever came to mind, which I do like. I do like our structure too. We're gonna we'll sit and discuss That's what we should do. We should sit for a little bit of time and discuss what our next topic is going to be, and we should record that because while we're going through the ideas, it'll be a fun like. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll sit and discuss and figure out what episode 6 is going to be, and as we said plenty of times, follow us on Twitter at ManciniXO, at itslogs ITZLOGZZZ.
Love it.
Ooh. And drop a follow on Twitch if you want to keep watching it live. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcasts, or watching on YouTube, twitch.tv/MXNCINI is where the podcast is right now. So if you ever want to watch it live on a Thursday night, hey, you are more than welcome. If you'd rather listen or watch on YouTube, hey, by all means.
That's cool. Or Spotify.
JMW, thank you for the listen. Take care. Have a good night. And that's going to do it for us.
Also, be on the lookout for streams coming in from the future. Check our Twitters as well. Gaming is coming.
What that guy said. There's a lot of things out there we're playing, so stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.